Dude, it's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY. Back with another one of our OD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, your honorable Junes, not a Bantu or a Jew, but a El Kebulan kidnap that is ready for the get back. And welcome back to the Redeem or Destroy podcast. Yes. First and foremost, definitely want to give a shout out to all the supporters, all the subscribers, all those that's been tuning in, all those that's been sharing. We got the merchandise on the way. You could definitely click the link in the bio. Well, it's probably not going to be in the description now because I got it. I didn't, upload all the good stuff. But definitely continue supporting. Follow me on YouTube. I mean, Instagram, TikTok, the whole shebang. Definitely want to give a shout out to my big bro 50 Cent because this nigga right here is the king of pettiness. I repeat, this nigga right here is the king of pettiness. So let me give you guys a breakdown of what's going on. So I know a lot of you guys are seeing what's going on the internet as far as Jim Jones. Well, Jim Jones got evicted from his studio. And this guy right here is the man that Jim Jones supposedly had a contract with, and Jim Jones wasn't paying the rent to. So this man decided to do business with this man, and this man took it upon himself to literally just buy out the entire studio. Now, for those that don't know, Jim Jones and 50 Cent been at odds with each other for the last couple of months. It started off when Jim Jones, well, let's keep it 100. It started off when 50 Cent went on It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mace and said what he said. Jim Jones didn't like that. That 50 Cent dropped the documentary of P. Diddy. Jim Jones and the rest of these guys came out and said what they said. And 50, Mr. King of Petty, took offense to it and he made it upon himself to attack Jim Jones. So his way of attacking Jim Jones was by calling this guy, this man right here, and asking this man right here what's going on with the space that Jim Jones and all of these niggas is recording at. Come to find out, Jimmy wasn't paying. Not only was Jimmy was not paying, Jimmy was literally squatting. So 50 Cent, the king of pettiness, recorded the conversation between this man and himself. And through this conversation, he let it be known that this man hasn't been paying for months. He owes at least $80,000, and that this man right here, Mr. Sam, was willing to give 50 Cent ownership of the entire thing for 180,000. Now you know how 50 Cent moved. 50 Cent took it upon himself to purchase the studio. And while purchasing the studio, he gave Jim Jones and the rest of the guys ultimatums like, yo, I better pay this rent. They didn't pay the rent. So because of that, Jim Jones, 50 Cent, took it upon himself to have the lights, the gas, everything cut off. So there's a video. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me put it up on my screen so you guys can see. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. So there's a video out where this man, Jim Jones, is vandalizing the entire studio. Look. Hold on.
We cut the light off.
See if I'll give y'all a better view. Uh, so let me run it back just a little bit. So so as you guys can see, Jim Jones took it upon himself to go upstairs and vandalize the studio. What what bothers me is, and this what I was compelled into doing this live. Hold on. What bothered me is, and what made me so compelled. Hold on. What made me so compelled in doing this video is because I feel like somebody has to come out and have a conversation with Jim Jones. Somebody has to come out and have a conversation with Jim Jones, because it seems like not even his mans are, bold enough to say, yo, bro, you wildin'. You gotta chill out. You are a public figure. You can't just walk inside facilities, kicking doors down, knowing that there's cameras, knowing that there's repercussions. Like, there are penalties that's going to come along with your behaviors. For every action is a reaction. For every reaction comes an action. Right? So now that this is on video, if this man decides to take legal actions, because he's a civilian, he's not a rapper, he's not a drug dealer, he doesn't participate in hip hop, and you could care less. You can just tell he's about his money. So if he takes it upon himself to press charges, he's going to win. And not only is he going to win, but you already are in debt because you can't even afford to pay him the rent that you owe. Now, if he puts a lawsuit on top of you, you're going to end up losing more than it was ever worth it. And when you sit back and you look at everything, I'm like, Jim Jones, you floss all this money. You're such a big, well-known name. You got all these niggas that's with you. All you guys got chains on, wearing designer clothes, driving foreign cars. You telling me all of you guys can't put up $20,000? You telling me all you guys can't put up $40,000? You telling me that all of these guys that's worth millions of dollars, supposedly net worth is worth millions of dollars, and you're not trying to, you understand what I'm saying? You're not just trying to keep the lights on, and I'm sure you guys are going to make the money back off the YouTube. I'm sure you guys are going to make your money back doing shows. I'm sure you guys are going to make money back doing something. But you took it upon yourself to take a childish approach. Jim Jones, you're older than me. You're about to touch 50. You're supposed to think logical. You're supposed to be the businessman that you say that you are. All you guys talking about business and how you bossed up, that's not a boss move. That's a bitch made move. That's a female tendency move. That's somebody that is overtaken by emotions. You can't have that in this game. You can't. Especially when you playing with somebody like this. And I've been telling you this since social media. I done sent you DMs. I done tagged you. I told you, leave this man alone. He is not the one to be played with. The worst thing you would want to do is deal with somebody like him who has nothing but time and money. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Anybody you see that has been shot 9 times has absolutely no fear and scared of any human being. You understand? And of course, and listen, for me, the thing that bothers me is these are the so-called individuals who we want to be like. You guys want to be rappers because these dudes are showing you the cars, showing you the females in the videos, wearing the clothes, the jewelry, but all of that is a front. I've been telling you guys this for a very long time. If you're not Jay-Z, if you're not Drake, if you're not Jay-Z, if you're not Drake, if you're not Puff Daddy, if you're not these people, 50 Cent, if you're not the tycoons of this industry, you guys are not as rich as you say that you are. If you don't have a loyal fan base like a J. Cole, if you don't have a loyal fan base like a Kendrick Lamar, like a Future, as much as Future talk about drugs, he has a loyal fan base. If you don't have that, you are not making money in the industry. And if you're not, and every money that you have made, if you're not investing in the right things, you're going to end up going broke. And not only are you going to go broke, you're going to end up doing shit like this. This is a major L for New York City, guys. This is a major L for New York City. Yes, I have to talk about this because this right here is making my city look bad. It's making real individuals look bad because this is supposed to be the face of New York. This is supposed to be the OG of New York. But I want my young ones to understand, fellas, youngins, this rapping, this lifestyle that you guys are chasing, it's a facade. It is all a front. Okay? There are investors who invest into these people intentionally to misconstrue your mind, to get you caught up into wanting to live this lifestyle, chasing that dream just so you can get put in behind the penitentiary. You have to understand what's going on. You have to understand that they put certain individuals in place to fuck with your frequency, to literally F with your frequency. And these are the breaks. This is what you guys are seeing right now. See, when it's really time for dudes to display their money, they don't have. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is talking about after he finished fighting Mike Tyson, he's coming out of retirement. Why would a man who grossed over $1 billion come out and say, I'm going to start fighting again? Because when you live and you display a lifestyle, you got to maintain that. You know why J. Cole is so successful, revered, honored, and loved? Because he does not display the lifestyle of being flamboyant, buying all the cars, the jewelry. This man is making $90 million a year. But you'll find him riding through Williamsburg on a city bike. You will find this man riding through Williamsburg on a city bike. These are the things that individuals respect. This whole facade of being balling and I got money and I'm flying and I'm wearing nice clothes. And look, and this is not even me taking a shot at Jim Jones, but I could see your jewelry that you have around your neck. We can tell that it's fake. It doesn't shine. Your jewelry needs to be in direct light for it to have some level of shine. It's not real jewelry. And we've been know this, Jimmy. Why couldn't you just pay the bill? Why couldn't you just pay the bill? And this is not some and this live is for the young ones, bro. This is the reason why me and my man, we never proceed with the industry. Let me give you an understanding of how the industry works, right? So back in the late 2000s, we talking like 08, 09, 010, right? We had a rap group. And this rap group, I'm not saying we was the nicest, but we was doing our numbers, doing shows, going into events, meeting people, meet and greet. Because in this industry, it's not about what you know, it's who you know. This is facts, right? So we go into these events, we politicking, we meeting individuals, we breaking bread, we shaking hands, we saying kumbaya, we pushing forth, right? Boom. Through that, we meet investors. Investors say, yo, we like your music. They come to these open mics. You know what I'm saying? They come to this is before the stream thing that you guys see now, right? These people go into the open mics, they see who got talent. They say, oh, yo, this dude right here, he all right. So they pull sons to the side. They say, look, man, we investors, we starting our own record label, we looking for artists, etc., 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 etc. Right? We got the plugs to the record labels, the same script, right? So in these bargains, right? And J. Cole said it in one of his raps. He said, I'm not a slave no more. In these bargains, in these contracts, yo, bro, they was trying to give us a 6 album, 60,000, 6 album, 60,000. It was an absurd number. And we turned it down. And the reason why we turned it down, because it just didn't make sense. And all of us that was in the mix, that was in this movement, we all was hustling. So we already knew, like, nah, my nigga, that's crump change. We're not doing that. But the average person would do that just to get on. The average person would do that just to get some level of investments, right? Because they do give you advance money. Trust me. Trust me. Yo, don't worry. They'll say things like this. Yo, don't worry, man. That car is on us, right? You went from, thinking about it, you went from taking the bus, taking the train, to now you got a S-Class. You got a 750 in your front of your house, in front of your building, in front of the projects. That's you. You understand? But what people don't understand is, while they giving you that upfront money, we don't know how to save, spend, nor invest that money. Then we spend it. That's what they wait for. Then you come back, it's like, yo, I need this. And then be like, yo, I'll give it to you, but you got to do X, Y, and Z. You got to do X, Y, and Z. That X, Y, and Z sometimes is going to those parties. Oh, yeah. Us in New York, we've been knowing about P. Diddy and all that. This is new. This is news to you guys. Say news to us. Why you think P. Diddy never was able to sign any New York rappers? The last New York rapper that signed with Diddy was Shine. G Dep and all of these niggas was already signed to P. Diddy. They was his ghostwriters. You understand? They was already signed to Bad Boys. Remember, these are Harlem niggas. Mark Curry, all of these, they was already signed to P. Diddy. Okay? Sean was the last of the Mohicans. And you see what happened to him. New York, everybody from New York knew not to go down that path. You know what? Yeah, we're not even gonna do that. That's why everybody was trying to get signed to Def Jam. That's why everybody was trying to get signed to Koch Records. Some of you guys may not remember Koch Records, but Koch Records, that's where Jim Jones and all of these niggas went. They went to Koch Records. If it wasn't that, you try to do the Rockefeller, then you try to do the Rough Riders. You get what I'm saying? It was a lot of record labels in New York that people wanted to jump on outside of Bad Boys because we knew what Bad Boys was about. It wasn't about P. Diddy jerking. Like, wasn't about jerking your money. It was about jerking. You feel me? Like, it really was that. We been knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man used to tell you how he moved. He used to be like, take that, take that, take that. Excuse me? Take what? Take what, brethren? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to say that the industry is really not what you guys think it is. Okay? Every single person that you see that's in front of you, a lot of times these things are rented, borrowed, or advanced money that's being thrown at them for them to use to have you guys, and especially the women, to have you guys in a state of, oh my gosh, this is the life that I want to live. This is what I'm going to chase. This is why you see people that's hustling and they're trying to mimic what they see on TV. You understand? They try to mimic what they see on TV. And it's time for brothers and sisters to really start waking up and understanding that all these things was placed in front of you to reconstruct your mind, to deceive you, to mislead you. You understand? To mislead you. This is the ancestors working, showing you guys all of this in real time. You understand? Like chasing this rapper lifestyle is just not it. Okay? None of these celebrities are rich. Let me say that again. None of these celebrities are rich. Okay? They receive a black card. The black card allows them to make purchases of any material they can have and they desire. Okay? They do not have the financial resources and rebuilding a community. If they could, you think somebody like Jay-Z wouldn't rebuild Marcy? Remember when Jay-Z's cousin asked him for $5,000 and he said no, it doesn't work like that? You remember? You remember? Don't anybody that's melanated, you do not have the access like you think you do. You can buy all the materialistic shit that you can imagine. Jewelry don't mean nothing to them. Buying homes don't mean nothing to them. Cars don't mean nothing to them. Excuse me. Those things don't mean nothing to them. They want you to buy that. I'm gonna give you an example. I remember when Shaq, he was at Walmart, he seeing people buying stuff. That nigga said, you know what? I'm gonna buy everything. Everything came up to like $50,000. Shaq swiped his card. This is Shaquille O'Neal, guys. This is a half a billion dollar man. That's his net worth, half a billion. This is swiped his card. He was denied. Swiped it again. It was denied. He had to call, whether it was his accountant or call the bank. I don't remember. but they had to verify that it was him. When he said it was me, and they was like, "Oh, why are you buying this? Why are you buying that?" Etc. etc. He said, "I am buying this for the customers that at Walmart." They okayed it and allowed him to use his card. Now, somebody that's a millionaire, and we had a conversation. Me and my man had a conversation, right? We said, I asked them, "Are you really a millionaire if you have to go to the bank and ask for your money? Is that money really yours if I have to go into somebody's house and say, well, I would like to withdraw $5 million, and the bank says no, or the bank tells you, excuse me, we don't have that right now. Is that money yours?" See, a lot of you guys don't understand why society's heading to a cashless society. You see, when it heads to a cashless society, I can control you through your finances because we have become dopamines. Like I said, we are dope heads, dope fiends, excuse me. When you are a dope fiend, you're not strong enough mentally to make your own decisions. You're going to accept anything that these people throw at you, similar to when they told you you had to get this to go back to work. You remember? How many of you guys ran to that? How many of you guys didn't even question it? How many of you guys didn't even think about the Tuskegee experiment or the Spanish flu? Nobody thought about that. All of that was the last thing on your mind. You know what was on your mind? Your dopamine. Yo, I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills. I ain't gonna be able to drive this car. I ain't gonna be able to pay my mortgage. I ain't gonna be able to pay this rent. That was running through your mind. Why you think they was giving you all this free money? You think they was really giving you this free money because they wanted to help you sustain with what's going on? Meanwhile, in 2026, we got 15% increase on the tariffs. Hmm? You guys really think that they was doing this for your well-being? Absolutely. We're not even gonna talk about the homeless. We're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna put that to the side right now, my guy. I got you. I got you. We're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna put that to the side. You guys honestly really believe that they was giving you guys this money to sustain yourself while we dealing with this so-called academic, you know what? Meanwhile, in 2026, 15%, your credit card interest rate then went up 6%. Everything about us, everything about us done gone up. Here in New York, the mayor is raising up the property tax. You really thought it was about that? Absolutely not. It was all about you getting overstimulated from your dopamine addiction. Because if you slaves, yeah, I'm talking to the melanated, you slaves are seeing money that you only could imagine. Can you imagine? Listen, there was people seeing damn near $3,000 a week. PPP loans, people is getting them 80,000, some of them 100,000. There's some people that was getting PPP loans for 1 million plus. 1 million. And they was just letting it fly out like this. Or everybody, when you look at the pandemic, everybody was living a good life. Everybody was traveling. They couldn't wait for just something just to be temporarily open, where the airports got open. How many of us was traveling the world? How many of us was going all over the world? That's what they wanted. They needed your dopamine to be so overstimulated, so addictive, that when they took it away, you would do anything to maintain that dopamine feel. That's where that came in. That was strategic. that was strategic. It was all about your control. It was always about your control. Now, look what's going on right now in real time. They say in the next 6 months, there'll be over 150,000 layoffs. In the next 6 months, there'll be over $150,000 layoffs. UPS right now is giving away care packages to employees. Jobs are giving away care packages to employees. How long do you think those care packages is gonna last? How long you think somebody that's been working at a job for 20 to 30 years at his age, who got the mental capacity to start all over? Who? It was all by design. All by design. These people needed to set the stage to what we have right now. You guys see it. You guys see it. We're living in a land full of confusion. We're living in a land filled with confusion. You know it's a problem when you go inside of a male bathroom and you see a mother effing tampon. You know it's a mother effing problem when you go inside of a male bathroom or a female bathroom and you see things that is suited for a man and things that's suited for a female. You know that's an issue. You know that is an issue. You know it's an issue when the law, when your so-called president puts it into law that allows a child under the age of 18 to make a drastic genetic change upon themselves. But that same child that can make this drastic change upon themselves is still not even qualified to vote for the president of the United States. You don't find that crazy? Listen.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
You don't find that? You got to make these things make sense. Like I tell you, these people are playing chess and not checkers. They throw these rappers in front of you to make these rappers talk about shit, fake ass drug dealers, fake ass gangsters, fake ass gang members, fake ass killers, fake ass capos, fake ass bosses. These are fake ass niggas. But you're going to believe that because 9 out of 10 times you wasn't raised by a daddy, you was raised by your TV, you wasn't raised by your mother, and everything that you see on TV, you really perceive it to believe. You really proceed to believe it to be real. Huh? Huh? Do you know since the 1980s, the mass incarceration of melanated people been up over 300%? Do you guys know since the 80s, the increase of black on black death is always escalating? Even during the pandemic, we still was finding time to unalive each other. I cannot make this shit up. Thank you, bro. You, if you want one, just let me know. Send me a DM. You guys are aware of this, right? You guys are aware that the people that you are voting for, that you are begging to lead you, also got millions, if not billions of dollars in private complexes that is designed and literally there to wait for your presence to appear, because not only are they invested into the private complex, they're also invested into the music, they're also invested into your movies, they're also invested into your curriculums. What you're learning in school is not what these so-called higher ups are learning. Exactly. But that's not what we want to do. Somebody posts something up, and I did a whole reply. Somebody posted up and said, "Well, you would think with the Epstein situation, everybody will be in an uproar, and we should be coming together, uniting, etc., etc." And I told them, nothing is going to happen. Nothing will never happen. Two reasons into why nothing will never happen. Reason number one, you are a dope fiend. Anybody that knows a dope fiend knows that a dope fiend don't care about nothing other than taking dope. That is you. That's number one. Number two, you guys are still stuck in that Mickey Mouse Santa Claus doctrine. You guys still believe that something great is going to crack through the skies and save you from the people that gave you the story. You really believe that? So when you put these two things together, what do you have? You have a docile, you have an unproductive, you have an uncaring, no morals, no principles, no dignity, no nothing. The only thing you guys are holding on to is the self-entitlement. You guys feel I'm entitled for X, Y, and Z. I'm supposed to be receiving X, Y, and Z. Don't talk to me, and you don't know me. Only God knows me. Only God can judge me. And then when all these things hit the fan, that has nothing to do with me, because me. That's the state of a dope head. You see, a dope fiend will do what? A dope fiend don't care about nothing. A dope fiend will rob their mother, their auntie, their uncles, their brothers, their sisters, their wives, their husbands, their anything to do what? To feed that dope. To get to that dope, they will do whatever it takes. Some of them will even drop on their knees. I don't want to sound explicit, but we gotta talk it like it's an exhibit. You heard? We gotta talk it like it's an exhibit, because you guys don't understand what the heck is going on. Nothing is by coincidence. Everything is done with a agenda. Everything. Even the dude in Grand Rapid, Michigan. I think his name is Daquan or something like that. Where the dog was on his back. And I'm gonna do a podcast about it. Don't worry. Look, I got everything set up. Don't worry. I was compelled to come talk to you guys and give you guys a little 411 of how I'm feeling about the situation. But even with the brother from Grand Rapids that had the dog on his back, and the cop, did what he did and unalived him. You guys must have forgot that, yeah, they did what they did to, the female in Minnesota. They did what they did to the other person in Minnesota. Mr. Good Mrs. Good and Mr. Pretty, right? Pretty Good, right? You know that they did that. But they always got to give you niggas a reminder of where you at and what they gonna do and also get away with it. Listen, every year is getting more and more vicious. Every year. They're doing these things proudly. Cameras on everything, up close and personal. What was that movie called? Damn, what was the name of that movie? Uh Damn, what was the name of that movie? What was the name of that movie where these people was just doing drug buses and all of that? And that movie with Robert De Niro and Eddie Murphy. You guys know what it is. I don't know if it's Showtime. There we go. Remember with Showtime? And it was just up close and personal. And everybody was intrigued. Everybody was looking forward into seeing that. That's what this is about to be. This is what you guys are being prepared for. You're being desensitized to seeing shit like this and seeing it as normal. This is what you guys are prepared for. And again, all that is intentional. And the reason and the reason why these things are what it is because they know that you're not going to do nothing. Why you think the files is out now? They know you're not going to do nothing. They said in the files, they got your president violating little children. Nothing is going to happen. They said they got Oprah Winfrey got necklaces, jewelry of children body parts, and nobody's going to do nothing. Nobody. You would think shit like this, people will be in somebody's front door. You would think situations like this, individuals will be in front of the White House, in front of the London Chapel, and wherever these people is from. You would think it would be a boatload of people demanding these people head on a stick, but it's not. And that's because they know that they have turned us into dope fiends. All you care is about your dopamine, guys. All of us, you, me, whoever. The only thing that matters to us is ensuring that our dopamine is fed every single day. Absolutely. So when you have that state of mind, what are you going to stand for? And let me tell you how they got us so jacked up, right? Even if that was to happen to us, like personally, right? And let's just say this happened to our children, our loved ones, you will find those that will make an excuse into why people should not engage. Mothers, fathers, they will say, well, I'm gonna do what Jesus said. Jesus says to forgive, so I'm going to forgive. I forgive you, my brother. The two things. I don't care what I don't care what anybody says. Can't nobody tell me what I'm saying is not to be accurate. Because if you remove the religious aspect, you then take away the the lack of accountability. If you remove the religious aspect, you take away the lack of accountability, because by default, that person will have to hold themselves accountable, because there will be no room for excuses. You won't be able to say, well, God knows my heart. You won't be able to do that. You won't. When I tell brothers and sisters that it's time for us to detox, change the way that we eat, go back to eating one meal, go back to taking herbs. I take herbs every day. But the average so-called U.S. citizen, that's the last thing on their minds. How many of us got sodas in our fridge? How many of us got potato chips in our drawers? in our cabinets? How many of us got some type of sweet in our possession? That's not what it was 50, 60 years ago. I did a whole live. And of course, YouTube is going to censor that. YouTube is going to censor that. That's for you guys to go ahead and go watch it and listen and share it. That's for you guys. YouTube's going to do when I talk. YouTube is going to take all that away when I talk because it's messing with their money. Okay? Food industry, big farmer, they're like little brother, big sister. Okay? They work hand in hand. Okay? And when you start talking about that, oh no, we can't let this come out. Trying to live off the land. Listen, I made a whole live. I'm telling you, it is impossible. It is impossible to live off this land, guys. It's impossible. Your fruits is being sprayed on. Your air is the thing that's coming out of the air is going inside your body. The weather, the weather changing is them. Today, New York City, it literally felt like 55, 60 degrees. Now I'm being told that tomorrow is going to be a blizzard. How the heck does that happen? How? These people are playing with our emotions, messing with everything. It is impossible to eat clean here. Impossible unless you're growing your own food. And I'm talking about growing it inside. I'm not talking about it having it grown outside and you letting that dirty rainwater, that contaminated, filled with aluminum and all that nonsense falling on your fruits. Because if that's what you're doing now, you's just as bad as we are. Think about it. Let's process this for a minute, right? I want you guys to really process this. If everything was to collapse right now, let's just say the grid went off. That means no more internet, no Wi-Fi, no electricity, no nothing. How many of us would be ready to survive? How many of us can honestly say, yeah, we're going to survive off this land? How many of you guys know how to go fishing? How many of you guys know how to start a fire with your bare hands? How many of you guys is strong enough? How many of you guys is strong enough to sleep outside, raining, windy, snow, muddy? How many of us is suited to do that? How many of us can go days, weeks, months, even years without taking a shower? How many of us is willing to do that? How many? How many? Sorry for you being homeless for 6 years. Happy that you got on your feet, bro. But let's just keep it 100. Somebody that's homeless still can get access to a subway station, still can get access to an area that's hot. I'm talking about when nothing is working. Everything is turned off. It's just pitch black. You gotta walk around with a mother effing a gas lighter walking through like how it was in the 1800s. How many of us is honestly going to say we can survive this? It's not going to be too many, bro. It's not going to be too many. For the brothers and sisters that can, shout out to you. Shout out to you. But you cannot represent the millions of people in this land. Especially those like us that was raised in the city. In the city? Those that's living in the country, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's second nature. But you getting those that's living in the city? Yeah. You see, but shout out, like I said, bro. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? You, anybody that was, raised in a state of survival, you know what I'm saying? Like off the grid or living in camps or whatever. Shout out to you. But you're watching a society, you're watching a so-called nation of individuals who has become nothing but dope fiends, bro. All through social media, all you see is people feeding their ego. That's all you see. You're gonna Satan's hell. You're gonna have to teach us all. Send me a DM on social media. ROD podcast number 12, 1 2. Send me a DM. Let's have a conversation. I would like to learn. We all would like to learn. Yeah, society was better when we didn't have all these stuff. Society, listen, forget the devices, guys. Let's put the devices aside. Society was better when we was cooking our food, when we was hunting for our food, when there was no processed foods. When you went to the supermarket, you went to the supermarket to actually buy shit to cook, not pre-made, already prepped, put it in a microwave, put it in a freezer. It is kumba. No, that's when shit was great. When they start, let me tell you something. Shout out to William Cooper, man. May his ancestors be with him, right? But he said, anytime you hear them say convenient, protection, security, you better say no. If you go into a bank and the bank says, yeah, we're doing this for security reasons or to ensure this and that, you better say no. The food we eat, it plays them. Listen, the food has become a weapon. Okay, yeah. So when I see weirdos, we just straight removing them. We're not even wasting time. See you later, sir. You understand? These people have taken food and turned it into a weapon. Like I told you, the food industry and the medical industry goes hand in hand. It's like big brother, little sister. Goes hand in hand. This three meal nonsense every day, that is a lie. You don't need 3 meals to eat. You don't. That's why we dealing with constipation. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're getting sick. Our immune system is weak because we're eating way too much. We have become gluttonous individuals. Every minute we need something to eat. Pause. Nasty work. And these shits aren't good for us. You don't need 3 meals to survive. I don't eat. Listen, guys. The reason why I took long to come on my live because I realized I'm like, damn, it's already 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurrying up and eating, and even for that, it's too late for me because I'm like, yo, let me hurry up and eat. So by 10 o'clock, I can take my herbs. So when I go to sleep, I wake up and I flush everything out because we're eating bad. We're eating way too bad. America leads America is one of the leading countries in sicknesses and diseases, obesity. There's children here under the age of 15 being diagnosed with diabetes. Are you shitting me? We're living in a society now where children rather be in their house on their phones than outside playing. Of course. And not only are they eating real food, they're not eating it in an abundance, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like the people is really, and then on top of that, right? Not only are they not eating in an abundance, these niggas is working out. These people is walking. These people is walking miles. We complain to go up the block. These niggas is walking miles. We're complaining to walk up the block. When it's summertime, I'm telling you guys this. I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you guys my story. When it's summertime, I walk everywhere, bro. I walk everywhere. I breathe the air. I take the sunlight. I sweat. I let all that happen. I can do that too. I do the breathing exercise. Matter of fact, I had the breathing exercises in one of my shorts. If you go look through it, it's there. If you look through my shorts, it's there. Breathing exercise. When I was making my transition from this biblical talk and just speaking about real life, I was doing breathing exercises. Maybe when it gets warmer and it gets hotter, I'm gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it again because I want the windows to be down. And I want to breathe in that clean air. Come on, man. Everything that we're doing and everything that's given unto us, I don't care what it is. Anything that these people are giving us is literally to destroy us. Everything. From the food to the drinks to the movies to the music to the religion. All of it is literally put in front of us to destroy us. I don't eat those things, man. I don't eat bottom feeders, bro. Never had a lobster. I had crab. The last time I had a crab, it swelled up my lip. I know that was an ancestor telling me that was a DUB. I don't eat that. Never had an octopus. And on top of that, I'm staying away from the fish right now because of all the parasites that's being found in them joints. Like these shits is surviving 500-degree heat. Like, yo, the heck, where are these parasites coming from? Are these niggas ejecting these robots inside of, like, I don't know. So, I stay away from all that. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to go back to the fruits. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the fruits. I'm intaking, taking tamarind every day. Um, I just had a cup of grapes. You get what I'm saying? Like these are the things that I'm focusing on. You know what I'm saying? This was keeping my skin nice and clean. You know what I mean? You know, I'm minimizing this water intake. These people telling you you're supposed to be drinking gallons of water. You don't need gallons of water. It's another lie. You don't need gallons of water. You're supposed to drink when your body yearns for it. If your body don't yearn for it, you be just fine. Because your body itself is made of water. Your body itself is made of water. If your body asks for it, you can tell. Like, oh my God, your tongue, something in your body be like, to get something. And then after you get that, you good. Unless you drinking soda or some shit. Because if you're drinking soda, all it's going to do is make you more thirsty because the sugar is clogging up your esophagus. That's why you always thirst when you drink soda. That's why you always, and you know, when not only when you drink soda, but when you drink juice, it does the same thing because you're consuming too much sugar. The sugar goes straight to where? The dopamine. It triggers the dopamine. That's why somebody like myself, like I would never feel comfortable and safe with somebody that's overweight. No disrespect, but I know that if shit was to hit the fan, there's a high possibility that that person would turn on me because of the dopamine. That means the dopamine has overtaken your body. You don't have no self-control. Because not nobody is born 300, 400 pounds, bro. Nobody's born 300, 400 pounds. That gets there when the dopamine overtakes you. They telling you when you go to religious thing, they'll tell you, oh, that's the spirit. No, nigga, that's the dope fiend. You are a certified dope head. You don't have to associate that with religion. Just associate it for what it is. You are a dope head, right? Somebody that's taking crack, what you gonna tell him? Oh yeah, that's the spirit of crack that took over. No, he took crack. He fell in love with it. He liked his body. Like, oh my gosh, what is this? And that's all that he wants. That's what that is, bro. This is what it is, bro. Nigga, we make excuses, and you know, and that's the number one thing that I have issue with people here in the United States is, yo, bro, we'll make an excuse for everything. It's like niggas will never want to see shit for what it is. It's just logical common sense. I'm like, damn, bro, yeah, like logically, you just overshadowed that, you overlooked it. Like, it's really that hard, or are you acting like a hardhead, or you're using religion to justify your hardheadedness? Like, it's crazy to me, bro. Absolutely. You're supposed to intake fruits. Matter of fact, how about I'm about to tell you something right now. How about if I told you that you're not supposed to be drinking water from the sea? You're supposed to be taking coconut water. You're supposed to be drinking watermelon. These waters that we're drinking has no pH balance. It has nothing. It's no nutrients in it. It has no type of nutrients in it. These things got no nutrients in it, bro. You're supposed to be taking coconut, crack it open, and you don't even listen. All you need is one coconut, and you straight for the day. Let me listen, guys. Look, let me tell you. The universe created enough fruits and vegetables for every single person to never hunger, never thirst, never go through whatsoever. You're not supposed to be homeless. You're not supposed to be poor. You're not supposed to be working. You're not. I'm just keeping it 100. The 13th family bloodline. The 13th family bloodline came up with a master plan to control the masses. And their foundation, and their foundation into controlling the masses, they received that knowledge from the Egyptians. Because Egypt, once upon a time, was the super nation of the entire world. And they got everything to back that up. When you seen these niggas buried in their tombs, they was buried in gold. When you see the ideologies, when you look at your dollar bills, when you look into religion, where there's Judaism, remember, even in Judaism, when you read the Bible, it said what? Jacob and his family went in there 70 souls. Joseph was captured by an Egyptian. He was taught the Egyptian ways, and he became second in command to the Egyptians. This is how they infused themselves into the story. You understand? And they went in there 70 large, and they left that bitch as a multitude. Okay? When you look into the New Testament, the New Testament goes side by side with the Book of the Dead. The book of Proverbs is an Egyptian poet book. The book of Psalms is an Egyptian poet book. You can read these things. All of these things is here. But you have to take the veils off. When you say the word, when you see the word ark, the ark of the covenant, the word ark is an Egyptian word for sacred box. That's what the ark means. Noah's ark is sacred box. That's what that means. That's what it means. When you pray, you say Amen. Amen is Amen. Amen. When you look into the Egyptian studies, you see that Amen was the mediator between you and God. That's why in the Lord's Prayer, it says, and in this manner we pray, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Exactly, baby Bubba. Yes, earth is real. Nature is real. The system, the system is not the matrix. This is what you guys don't understand. The system is not the matrix. Religion is the matrix. And through religion created a system. It's a system that keeps you dependent on the religion. It's what this was. This is what this whole thing been about. It's about religion. They the one that told you religion and politics and religion and state don't go hand in hand. But that's what they wanted you to do, so you can never associate the two being together. But when you look down the rabbit hole, you will see, wow, they all played a part with each other. Wasn't it religion, the Pope, that issued slavery? Isn't slavery what was used as a justification into why God did this? I mean, come on, people. I can't make this shit up. These things is just in real time. You just gotta understand what you're dealing with. The system is never the matrix. Religion is the matrix. Every war that was fought, every invasion that was happening, every crusade that took place, all was under the guidelines of religion. Tell me I'm lying. I'm telling you, you probably did, bro. Tell me I'm lying. What? Actually, I want you guys to ask yourself this question. Anybody that's a very religious person, how do they operate? Do they possess a spirit of anger, aggression, authority? Do they admire to lead the pack? Are they ready to fight, put their life on the line, and ride or die for the cause? Absolutely not. The people that's on that type of time are the ones that's not subject to religion. This is facts. That is the matrix. Break free. Stop attending. Let's just say you came into a house. Let's just say you grew up as a Buddhist. And I'm not disrespecting you, Buddha. All right. Bubba, my bad. Right? Let's just say you come from a household of Buddha, right? And you tell your family you no longer want to participate in that. Look how fast you will become an enemy. Mind you, they ain't disrespect, they ain't come out of pocket, they ain't demonize somebody's belief. You didn't do none of that. You just simply say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. I want to stay right here, or I want to be on my own journey. You be chastised, seen upon as an enemy. Mind you, you didn't do nothing that's warrant of you being an enemy. Because you're breaking free from the control. Everybody's under hypnosis. That's why they call it the God spell. And all religions refer to a God spell. It's not just Christianity, it's all of them. Facts. No religion in nature. But listen, what you like I say on every live. Some of you guys, some of you guys are recurring followers and tuning ins. Shout out to you guys. Turn on your notifications, continue supporting, because I'm gonna talk about everything. I'm not just gonna talk about hip hop. I'm talking about everything. Whatever is on my mind, I'm gonna speak to y'all, and I'm gonna keep it 3.5. I'm not here to feed you fugazi. I ain't got no time for that. I'm not trying to open up a church. Right? Not. But anybody that's been following me, what do I say? What do I say? What comes with religion? A spirit. You're not born with a spirit. You're born with a soul. Your soul is what's connected to the solar universe. When you transition, you get put back into the soil. The sole on your foot. This is why they put shoes on your feet. This is why they put concrete all through the floors to disconnect you from the universe. This is why they took away all the female trees and gave you male trees. This is why you see a high rise of homosexual activities, because there's an imbalance in the universe. They're not going to tell you that, but I will. I will. Why you think it costs you so much to live by the water? Go ahead and try to purchase a home by the water. It goes up quadruple, especially if you're black, but it goes up quadruple. Why is that? Can't afford to have the slaves getting free access to the water. Because through the water, you can summons relatives, ancestors. You can call on gods like Ogun, Oshe. Oh yeah, they know that. Why you think they tell you everything that's so-called black magic is evil? Because they can't control it. That's why they gave you a spirit, to detach your soul and put your soul in bondage. Your soul, every single human being's soul is in bondage. Your soul is in bondage. You're under their control through the spirit, through the matrix of religion that is the foundation of all systematic stance all over the world. The entire world is under the canon law. What is the canon law, guys? The canon law, the canon law is the Biblos, is the Abrahamic text, is the Masoretic text. You guys should know this. And if you don't know, it's a reason why you don't know, because they don't want you to know. They want you to remain in a state of docile. How many times I said on my live that they want you looking left to right, but never looking up? They want you to look left to right. Whenever there's an issue, you look upon your left side and your right side. Why you think every time you watch the movies, especially the cartoons back in the days, remember the angel used to be on this side and then the devil's on this side? What does that program the mind to do? Just go like this. Yo, what you said? So you take that same ideology and you look at the people that's just pissing you off, right? Somebody piss you off, you're gonna look to your right. Then you're gonna make a conscious decision. Should I act like the devil or should I be a righteous man? That's by design. But meanwhile, you're not paying attention to those that's looking at you from up top that got you all corrupted. You're not paying attention for those that's up there that's programming you to be in a state of docile, to be in a state of anger, confusion, bitterness, pissed off. How many of you guys wake up angry? Why? You know why you waking up angry? Because you're doing shit ununiversal. You're not supposed to be working. Supposed to have your own little land and enjoying life and go on journeys and go on a voyage. There should not be no borders. You should not be prevented from going into a town. You should not be. When you watch all these ancient movies and shit like that, these niggas was just walking. Niggas just walking with they staff. Walk right in. Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm just passing through. Oh, okay, fine. How you did? You want something to drink? Want something to eat? No problem. Cool. Go about your business. They created these things because you put a border, you put a religion, you put an ideology, you put a vision, right? I'm giving you the vision. I'm telling you this is what you need. I'm telling you this is what you need to do in order to be successful. I'm telling you this is what you need to believe in order for you to be accepted. I'm telling you how to think, operate, dictate everything. I'm telling you that. You're going to operate on how I tell you. And that's why you guys are mad. That's why we frustrated. That's why we pissed off. That's why we got hatred. That's why we see people as enemies. It's because they are the ones that's telling you to be in that state. Huh? How you like those apples? Disgusting, right? Right? Like you'll find somebody, you like, for example, I'll do I'll do a live right now, right? I'll do a live. You're gonna find a heckler that's gonna come here that's put there to deceive and to just throw a monkey wrench into the message, right? Because that's all it takes. You know, our attention span, and even that, our attention span is so short, right? The minute we get disengaged, the minute something comes and it triggers us off, oh yeah, I'm good. Next. That's predictive programming. So I may say something and you might be like, word. And I'll just say something. Oh, he said something. Oh, on to the next. So your mind, your hands is programmed to go like this, like that. See, if when you on a dating app, you go like this, right? See what you like. Oh, I like this. I don't like that. I like this. When you on social media, you're programmed to do what? I like that. Run that back. I like that. Run that back. See, this is how they control you, right? When you see everything that I'm doing, you see the symbol, down, cross. You see the matrix, down, cross. You see that you still unaware. Oh, don't worry. You guys will get it sooner or later. You'll get it sooner or later. You see? Yeah. See you later, weirdo. See what I'm saying? They exactly. But in reality, right? In reality, you're supposed to be doing that regularly, right? When you look through ancient times, bro, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had their own spot. Everybody had their own territory. Everybody was doing whatever they wanted to do. Nobody was in working to survive. You working to pay taxes. You working to keep the lights on. You wasn't doing all that, bro. had your little area, you had your family, you raised them, you had your little, you know what I'm saying? You had your little farms, you had your goats, you had your cattle, you had whatever you had it. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't have it, you put yourself, this is when you put yourself in servitude to receive that. Like, yo, bro, um, I would like to, I would like to have two of your goats. I can give you two. I can give you two. I can give you two goats if you allow your daughter to take my son's hand in marriage. That's how we used to do exchange. And not only when you exchange that, right now that person becomes one with your family. This is how nations was being built. This is how communities was being built. Marketing and trading. That's how shit was being conducted. It's not like that no more. Everything is just like I said, everything is just decombobulated. The shit doesn't, nothing makes sense. And not only is nothing making sense, but there's just so much information out there that literally designed to deceive and mislead the people, bro. Of course. Everybody's on their will. I'm on their will. Monday comes, I'm right back on the wheel. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I had a whole conversation with the Wiz. Like, nah, what I gotta do is focus on me. I gotta focus on my business because I know that America is a corporation. This is not a land. This is not a land of the free. No, this is the land of the opportunity. This is the land of a possibility. It's a possibility that you might be a millionaire. It's a possibility that you might get shot. It's a possibility that you might be thrown in jail, right? You have the opportunity to get a good paying job. You have an opportunity to make a lucrative business. You have an opportunity to go to school, etc. This is not the land of the free. If there was the land of the free, then why the fuck are you paying taxes? Huh? Why are you paying for water? If it's the land of the free, water is free, but you're paying for that. It's not the land of the free. We really gotta break out of that. We really gotta break out of that cycle of this, the land of the free, the American dream. The American dream is servitude. You guys are aware of that, right? The American dream is servitude. So you want to live the dream of being in servitude, or you want to be the owner of some slaves? Because when you hire somebody, those are your slaves. That's what it is. When you have a business and these people are doing a service for you, you pay them. Back in the days, right? When after this finished picking your cotton, what did you do? You gave them watermelons, you gave them scraps, you gave this. Same things you're doing now. You'll generate thousands of dollars for your job. Let's just say you're working for a company and the company got a contract for 300,000, but you're only getting $400, $500 for the week. What are you getting? You're getting the same watermelon. Ain't nothing changed. Of course, they're gonna divert you from that, my guy. They're gonna divert you from that because, again, like I said, America is not a land. This is not a country. This is an organization. Okay, Trump is your president. He's the president of the nonprofit. This nonprofit is being run and owned by the country of England. The UK is a country. America is not a country. Let me say that again. The UK is a country. America is not a country. What would you like to ask me? This is a corporation. That's just what it is. Your congressman or your chairman or your board members. Your president is your president. Okay? That's just what it is. We like I said, we got to break out of this We gotta break out of this belief that this is, you know, the land of the free, and there's nothing free here. Gotta work. Gotta be on your P's and Q's. Don't pay your bill for 6 weeks. See, the marshal not gonna come in your front door. Don't pay your light bill. See, in 2 weeks, 2 months, if your light won't get turned off. Don't pay your internet. See if you're gonna have your Wi-Fi within 2 months. Everything. Don't pay your cards. See if your shit not gonna go up. Don't pay your car note. See if the repo man not gonna be at your front door. Because it's not. This is a corporation. This is a business. Okay, this is the business. This is the marketing. This is the business that never sleeps. What's up, my guy? You understand? This is the business that never sleeps. Okay? So what's your question, my guy? As you should. I'm gonna start doing that too. At night, I turn off my Wi-Fi, I unplug it. Yeah. I don't sleep with the TV on. You're a weak little man. I bet you if we was to see each other face to face, I promise you wouldn't be able to tell me that. I promise you you wouldn't last 10 minutes with me in the ring. Promise you that. Promise you. With a bad shoulder. So anyway, like I was saying, yeah. I be turning off the Wi-Fi and all that. I want to go back to reading 4 books, 5 books. If I show you guys my library, man, I got books that I didn't even touch yet, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you in New Orleans. Your IQ is already too low for me. You a dust head, man. So I'm not even gonna argue with you, bro. You're a weirdo. You ain't gonna do absolutely nothing. Anybody that the real people don't have to come on the internet and play tough. Use a weirdo. Super stuff. You ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, let's remove the jackass. See you later, Jackie. Born and raised. Where's my moderators? I should go get my moderators to come on here, man. To regulate weirdos like that, man. We're having a gross, subtle conversation. Remember, I was telling y'all earlier, like they bring individuals to come onto these lives to divert and literally try to disrupt the messaging. This is what they do, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah, turn off the power. Listen, man. There's certain things that I can't even talk on these platforms, man. Shout out to my brother Priest, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think that I got knowledge and wisdom, man, you'll be shocked to see the people that I know and you know the information that I have received over the years. I'm talking about like from like FBI, top of the line. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to go to disclosed areas, meetings out in Harlem, and these people wouldn't even tell us their names. You know what I'm saying? Because they're still in the agency. You feel me? Like, yeah. What you guys are seeing going on, that we've been knew about this. I listen. If I tell you, if I bring my Wiz in here and I let her talk to you, everything that she see, I've been telling her this for years. I've been telling her, I was like, here, watch the watch the 5G. You're gonna start seeing it. Watch, you're gonna start seeing the 5Gs, and from when the 5Gs unleash itself, you're gonna start seeing a lot of crazy behavior. What you guys are seeing right now, crazy behavior. I just seen something on my Instagram. Somebody sent me where this young little nigga shot up his baby mother's car while she's in there with her friend and the baby. The heck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, we're not our bodies. One of the main reasons why they wanted people to get the fufu was to make you into an electromagnetic individual, a transhuman. I'm just going to leave it as that. You know what I'm saying? If you go on my social media, ROD Podcast 12, look at one of the videos I posted up, and she'll tell you exactly. Yeah, facts. You will see exactly why they wanted you guys to take the fufu. And then for those that took it, because the mass majority of these people took it, right? The mass majority of us has taken this. Now I'm saying me, I'm just saying in general, the mass majority, right? Because of that, this is why you're seeing unconstitutional rules being placed out. These things are unveiling itself every month, every week, every year, because they know that you are no longer protected by the so-called Constitution. You have become what they call a transhuman. That's what that is. The Constitution protects humans, not transhumans. You are now owned. Whoever owns those patents own you. Okay? You can go on TikTok, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, where you're gonna see people that took the fufu could take a magnet and stick it right here, and it will stick, and it will just be right here. This is facts. This is facts. You see right now, if you see what's going on right now, I don't know where it's a high rise of the three Lettermans. You know what I'm saying? The three Lettermans that's running rapid. We talking about STDs, the three Lettermans, the four Lettermans, the three Lettermans that turn into the four Lettermans. You know what I'm talking about. It's running rapid, and it's running rapid in the melanated communities, like, you know, Houston, you know what I'm saying, Memphis, Atlanta, New York, Pennsylvania, Chicago. Let me play that for you again. Listen, check this out.
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
Where exactly are you from? You said it destroyed your town. What town? Where? Hawaii? Yeah. They trying to, I don't know what's up with Hawaii, but yeah, they trying to take that land for themselves. Similar. Hold on. Yeah, TT. What happened, Tiana? I told you I'm gonna see if I was gonna bring it, TT. I was coming off from work and I was tired, but I'm gonna call you back. Daddy's doing a live right now. All right, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in Hawaii. But I just know that the higher ups got a massive plan for that place. You know what I'm saying? So all I could tell you is just you just got to just be strong out there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could tell you, bro. I don't know too much about Hawaii. I do want to travel out there. I heard it's beautiful, heard it's nice, heard the water is phenomenal. You know, but a lot of destructions that's happening over there, you know is weather modifications. I hope you know that. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to go to Hawaii. Definitely. Word. And listen, I probably would have been there sooner if I knew how to swim. Yeah, I don't know how to swim. I'm from Brooklyn. Pardon me. But yeah. Hmm. But yeah, man. You guys gotta come follow me. You guys gotta follow me on on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? If you want to speak to me directly, you can just follow me on Instagram, talk to me, have conversation. I'm not hard to be found, and if it may take a couple of days for me to may take a couple of days for me to, you know what I'm saying, respond to you guys because I'm getting information like people are hitting my DMs like a whirlwind, bro. And I'd be overwhelmed. Like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna be that individual that's gonna reach out to everybody. Understand that the algorithm is against me, you know what I'm saying? Because I do speak the stuff that other people won't speak because other people is under their in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been bought, guys. You know, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I ain't been bought. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, man, reach out to me on Instagram, bro, or Facebook. You know, I'm sure a lot of people don't got Instagram, but I know a lot of you guys got Facebook, man. Just you see the logo, ROD Podcast, bro. You said I know who's in your background picture. Respect, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. And is there any questions anybody would like to ask before I gracefully bow out? My Wiz and my little man just came home, so we'll go chop it up with them. Any questions? No? Zero? All right. Hola, my brother. You guys be good, man. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Well, it's about to snow over here. There another blizzard is coming, so it is what it is. But you guys be good. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holla. One.